Hey guys, KB here. Just wanted to make this kind of long form video to show games that I consider to be my all time favorites. I wouldn't consider these to be the greatest games of all time, but these are games I either can still go back to and have a blast with, or I have a strong personal attachment towards. I already posted this image on my community tab, but I want to go into further detail here as I wanted to explain why I love these games. Okay, first of all, we can skip Super Mario Galaxy considering I already made the video on it on why it's my favorite game ever, so we're going straight to Team Fortress 2. This game was something I paid so much attention to online. I played this game relentlessly on my laptop before I got a gaming PC, and this was the game that started the whole hero shooter genre, long before games like Overwatch or Marvel Rivals came out. Even today, even though it still has a loyal following and the original developers behind it has abandoned it, I still come back to TF2 from time to time, and I still look at TF2 related content to this day, especially memes. And the game itself is also just fun. I think the amount of weapons are amazing. The maps are pretty fun to go through. I love all of the classes, and if you see my profile picture, it's pretty obvious who I main in this game. So overall, fantastic game. I wish Valve gave us a heavy update and didn't abandon it so willy-nilly, but I still consider it to be part of my top 10 favorite games. Next game is easily Sonic Unleashed. This game is the most overhated Sonic game in my eyes. I know some people don't like it for any reason, like the Werehog, or not finding it as fun or enjoyable as other Sonic games, but I think this is one I consider to be my all-time favorite. If you were to ask me which Sonic game would I play until the end of time, I'd probably choose Sonic Unleashed on a personal level. I loved it as a kid, and even today, I still love it. I just think it's one of the most fun Sonic games, and to this day, I still wish we would get an official remaster of this game, as I believe more people should try it out in the current day to see what I mean. The game also still holds up well to this day graphically. It did run poorly on PS3 when it launched on there. I heard it ran better on Xbox 360, the cost of it locked to 30 FPS, which probably is to help the game run better, but it's fine. This game, in terms of graphics, holds up insanely well in my opinion, and I also consider the story to be one of the best Sonic stories. Personally, I also consider the Werehog to actually be fun to play. Yeah, I said it. In my books, I consider the Werehog to be insanely misunderstood. Is it for everybody? No. But I wouldn't consider the Werehog to be bad just because it's slower. I think people should not approach the Werehog like it's slower, but more of its own playstyle, similar to the adventure games with something like the mech stages or the treasure hunting stages. Like, it's more combat and platforming focused, kind of like a Devil May Cry sort of thing. But I get why people didn't like the Werehog. It isn't the most approachable or enjoyable for some, and that's okay. I still like it, and I can still squeeze a lot of fun out of this title. Sega, please remaster this game, and please don't fuck it up. Now we have Minecraft. I only recently got back into Minecraft, but this game was my jam back then, mainly on the Pocket Edition and Console Edition. I consider this to be one of the most influential sandbox games of all time. It spawned so many careers from working on this game to people on this very website making content around this game. There is so much in this game that you can make endless amounts of content on this game. The game is also fun in my opinion. I consider the newer versions of Minecraft to be better playing in terms of how you can approach them. I know why people like the older versions, but in my opinion, I just prefer playing the newer ones. I have nostalgia for the older versions, but I won't act like those versions age well. That's just how I feel. If you prefer the older versions, more power to you. I know I've shat on beta Minecraft before, but I don't hate people who like that version specifically. I just don't like playing beta. But regardless, Minecraft, in my view, is one of the greatest sandbox games ever created. And I don't believe content on this game will slow down anytime soon. Okay, Smash Brothers is up next. I think Smash Ultimate is my most played Switch game, period. I sunk in so many hours into it, and to this day, I still go back to it from time to time. The hype cycle surrounding it, as well as DLC speculation, was one of the most exciting times for me to be on the internet. It was truly a you had to be there moment for me. I love Smash Ultimate. I would love to see a new Smash Brothers, but generally speaking, I am fine with playing Smash Ultimate for the time being. I think it just has the most amount of content of all Smash games, and it's also the best playing title. 64, it's not at all, but it's a bit slow in my books. but I have respect for it. Melee, it's a game I respect, but hate playing because I just hate how fast it is, and I just do not like a good amount of the characters. The balancing in this game is something I feel doesn't get talked about enough. I think the balancing in this game is just awful. I know every Smash game has examples of questionable balancing, but I think this game needs to be talked about its balancing more because of how the perception of the game is being the best Smash Brothers, it being perfect despite only a quarter of the roster being competitively viable. Brawl, I think it's overhated, but I don't think it's good competitively speaking. Brawl Ganondorf fucking sucks, by the way. Smash 4, it's a good game, but I don't think there's any reason to go back to it unless you play Smash Run. Smash Tour fucking sucks, by the way. So, in my opinion, I think Ultimate is the title I'll play more unless the next Smash title comes in to give a reason to switch over. Then my opinion might change. Alright, Undertale. I love this game. It's a title I feel has helped me show what storytelling in a game can be. This has a story I love, characters I adore, fun bullet hell gameplay, awesome set pieces, and a killer soundtrack. I think one of my favorite songs is the song Asgore. You know, the song that plays when you're driving in your truck after a beer. Of course, Megalovania, it's still a goated song. Some say it's overrated. I disagree. I fucking love Megalovania still. I just love Undertale so much. Deltarune is also a fantastic game too, by the way. I really like Deltarune. Its TV Time is a banger song. I will not elaborate further. Okay, now we're getting to a game I love from both a gameplay perspective and a nostalgia perspective. Mario Kart DS. I would really put any other modern Mario Kart title here. Like, I'm okay with playing a newer Mario Kart title from here on out. Mario Kart World, in my opinion, it's a better playing game from Mario Kart 8 Deluxe. I love 8 Deluxe, but I got easily fatigued from playing it. World was just an awesome refresher for me just because I liked how tighter it was and the more skill-based parkour like mechanics it has introduced. But from a nostalgia perspective, DS still holds a special place in my heart. It has some of my favorite tracks in the series and also is still a fun title to play. I love the battle mode and I also love the mission mode in this game. I always wish we had another mission mode. I know World has the P-Switch missions, which they are fun, and I do enjoy them, but I think DS had the better mission mode just because of the bosses alone. The tracks, as I said, are fantastic. TikTok Clock, Airship Fortress, Luigi's Mansion, Delfino Square, Wario Stadium, DK Pass, Waluigi Pinball, the absolute GOAT. So yeah, this is my favorite Mario Kart. I play the newer Mario Karts from here on out, but this title, it'll remain with me till the end of time. Now on to my favorite FPS game ever, Doom Eternal. This game is leagues better than Doom 2016. I love Doom 2016, but I fucking adore Doom Eternal. This game is absolutely awesome. Seriously, if you can, play Doom Eternal right now and you'll see how awesome this game really is. It's a game that I believe is still worth playing even today. It has so much fun movement opportunities and so much opportunities to deal with the most amount of damage. It is so fast paced and it does it in a way that makes it so fun. And also the music. Oh, the music. Amazing. Fucking love the music in this game. Seriously, play Doom Eternal again to see what I mean. It's still a banger of a game. Now we have Freddy Fazbear's Pizzeria Simulator, or FNAF 6 as some call it. I love the FNAF series. I've played most of the games in the series, and I do think that there isn't one I really hate. The most divisive one in the series is definitely Security Breach, which has alienated fans of the older games, which I understand why. The tone of the newer games have shifted over the years, but I still like the newer games. The older games are still good in my opinion. There's plenty of debate over which one is the best, but in my opinion, my favorite is FNAF 6. I think it has the most options to change how you play it. It's a game that also has fun mini games to play, and I also love its gameplay mechanics related to sound. It's a game that doesn't do a good job explaining its mechanics, admittedly, but I think it's one of those games that once you understand how it works, you can go through it so well. So, Pizzeria Sim is one of my favorites. Alright, continuing on in the world of indies, we have Pizza Tower. This game is amazing. I love this game. It's one of the most fast paced platformers I have ever played, and it's just so much fun to get good with. It can be tricky at first, but it's one of those tight games that once you get the hang of it, you can tear through these levels super fast. And it's also a game I think is a lot of fun to speedrun or to get high ranks and scores. I also adore the humor and art style in this game, and the soundtrack fucking slaps. Seriously, if you haven't already, get this game. Now, for people who know my roots, you know I have to put DDLC here. This game is single handedly my reason for starting up YouTube again. If it weren't for this game, I probably wouldn't be on YouTube today. I know some people think this game is just pressing one button, which is mostly true because this is a visual novel. But I think this game is more focused on its horror and its story, which I still find compelling to this day. I also know it has a lot of lore behind it that's sprinkled around it, as well as amazing Easter eggs to find. I also know somebody who has dissected the lore a lot and explained things in a way I could not be able to. I was also active in the modding community, which I believe the mods for this game are so creative and so underappreciated. There are also amazing people from this community that I have created a lot of amazing content related to it. And I also remember being a part of the DDLC Twitter for a while I was still on Twitter. So DDLC, I'll always love this game. I also own like 3 or 4 versions of this game, including the physical version of DDLC Plus on Switch, which normally isn't available in my country, but I ended up ordering it online and got it. I also went to PAX Australia and got the Senshi Monica plush a while back, and recently I got the Sayori plush. Sayori is my favorite out of the 4 girls. I will not elaborate further. Now we have Cuphead. Cuphead is a game I love playing, despite it being bitch hard. I also adore its art style. I grew up watching stuff like older Looney Tunes and Mickey Mouse cartoons, so I have a lot of love for that old rubber hose aesthetic. This game was done in that same style, and it's done with so much respect for that original style that it was animated exactly in that original style. Cuphead is also just a great game in general. I love just fighting against the bosses. It's one of those games that encourages you to get good or die trying. It's super tough, but once you beat the bosses, it is so damn satisfying and rewarding. I fucking love this game, even today. It holds up so well. Now we have Portal. I could also put Portal 2 on here as well, but Portal 1, I consider this game to be near flawless. The only flaw I can give it is that it's a short game. But that short length, I can look past all of it. It's a game that does a good job easing you into its gameplay mechanics, and I consider it to be the most genius puzzle game of all time. Even today, I can always go back to the original Portal and still enjoy it. And I also really like the subtle humor that is also in the game, as well as the little story tidbits that are in it. So it's like, if you haven't, you go play the original Portal on Steam right now or through the companion collection on Switch. Either option is solid in my opinion. You can still have a ton of fun going through Portal. Alright. Now we have Paper Mario: The Thousand Year Door. I think this is the best Mario RPG, period. The gameplay mechanics are fantastic. The locations are a ton of fun and creative. I love the partners, I love the music, and I love the story. The Switch remake was how I played it, and I think it's the best remake Nintendo has ever done. The only issue with it is it runs 30 compared to the original 60 FPS, but that can always be fixed with a patch. Nintendo, please give this game a 60 FPS patch. But in my opinion, you can't go wrong with the original or the remake. Either way, play Paper Mario: The Thousand Year Door. You will not regret it. Now we have the most recent game in this list, Donkey Kong Bonanza. I think this is the best Donkey Kong game, period. It feels like a massive love letter to the Donkey Kong franchise as a whole. I consider this to be Donkey Kong's Mario Odyssey moment, which is fitting considering the same team behind Odyssey worked on this game. The mechanics of it being you can destroy the terrain is so much fucking fun and oddly relaxing. It's mostly a collectathon like Odyssey, but I don't care. This game is just so much fun to go through. I love this game. It looks great, plays great, and it also has awesome music. The Bonanza songs are fucking goated, and I love the song Heart of Gold. It's genuinely a beautiful song, in my opinion. The final boss of King K. Rool is also fucking awesome. Genuinely. They went all out with that fight, and it was done as a statement. King K. Rool is back, and I loved every second of that fight. It was awesome. So yeah, this game, I love it so much. One of the best games on the Switch 2 so far. Now we have Friday Night Funkin'. I know this game has had a rocky reputation. People loved it at first, then started to hate it because of the community, then called it a scam, then they started to love it, and then hated it, and then loved it, and now we're back to hating it. I guess. I don't know. I love playing this game though. It's a very simple game when you get down to it, but I think it's still genuinely fun despite its simplicity. I think the music, while some think it's garbage or annoying, I actually really enjoy it. I still listen to the songs every once in a while, and the erect remixes are so fucking good. The game also plays surprisingly well on mobile, by the way. Also, the amount of mods are just amazing, and I love so many of the mods that come out, and I listen to so many of the music from these mods. Like, genuinely, they take up a lot of my listening time when it comes to listening to music. And yes, I have no shame. The community, though, it is a very toxic community, similar to our other communities like FNAF. There's always like a drama that happens like every Monday when I go to work or something, but this community still has some of the most talented people I've talked to. So those people I know from the community, hello, hi. I understand that some don't like FNF, but I still play this game and will likely still play it in the future. Now we have a controversial pick, Postal 2. Postal 2 was actually banned in my home country for a long ass time. Yes, I live in Australia. Kudos to those crazy fucks at Running with Scissors for making it available in Australia. This game is such a funny, broken mess of a game, but it's so fucking good. It's purely a sandbox, but it's one of those games where you can just explore and do whatever, but also gives you a lot of choice on how you tackle the in-game errands, which is basically like the missions of the game. Like, do you want to handle like a good-willed person and just suck it up? Or do you want to say, fuck you, I'm going in guns blazing, killing everybody to a ton of stupid fucking book to the library! Urgh! It's such a fun game, and I'm looking forward to Postal 2 Redux just because I want to be able to play Postal 2 on the go. And it looks like it's shaping up well. The super petition gag is also superly funny, by the way. I don't know why. Now for Celeste. This is one of the most heartwarming games I've ever played. It's a very challenging platformer that feels so good to overcome. It's hard as nails, but it's one of those games where failing just makes it so much more satisfying to go through, as you can say, yes, I finally did it. I also love the story in the game. Madeline is one of the most well-written characters, and I really love her just because of her motivations and why she chooses to go on this adventure. The music is also just fantastic. Okay, now Powerwash Simulator. I originally thought I wouldn't like this game because the premise sounded boring. But after playing it, it's become my favorite casual game ever. It sounds simple on the surface, like clean up dirt on these vehicles and locations, but once you get into it, it becomes so rewarding to clean up everything. And also trying to find spots you accidentally missed, like, where is it? Where's that last bit of grime? And it feels so good when you find that last bit and when you fully wash a pot and you get a nice ting sound that plays. I also played through its sequel, which could also be put on here, but I put the first game here mainly because this game has insane DLC. Like, they have locations from Final Fantasy VII, Tomb Raider, SpongeBob, Wallace and Gromit, fucking Shrek! Power Simulator is the better game, but Shrek alone puts it in my favorite of the two. So, yeah, I love Powerwash Simulator, and I always play it with a video playing in the background. It's something I consider to be the best casual game ever made, in my opinion. Now, the last one, Persona 5. I have not been Persona 5, but I fucking love this game. It's a game with a story I love so much. The art style is fantastic. The characters are insanely well written. It exposes so much about how corrupt people can really be, especially in Japan. The soundtrack, oh, the soundtrack. Masterpiece. S tier soundtrack. Persona 5, I think it's a game any JRPG fan should play. Seriously, if you haven't, play this game. I actually got introduced to this game through Joker's inclusion in Smash Ultimate, and I am happy I got into Persona as a franchise because of Smash Brothers. Anyway, thanks for hearing me explain why I love these games and why they're my favorite games ever. And yeah, see ya. Bye.